big shout out to Wood Grill, Texas Roadhouse, and Pepsi for being our sponsors tonight for the pregame tailgate. Pregame tailgate for the staff.
All right, so
staff from both high schools, Alabama and Monticello. Thank you, Wood Grill, Texas Roadhouse, and Pepsi. Yamaha Football Boosters, 200 anniversary concession stand. There's pizza, hamburgers, hot dogs. Tonight we also have the chicken sandwiches from Bojangles. It is up time in the concession stand tonight. Bojangles chicken sandwiches on sale for as long as they last. Please help us support the Yamaha Football Boosters by visiting the concession stand. At this time, the Yamaha band would like to join the cheerleaders.
Yeah, this was originally
Form the Patriot tunnel for the football team to run through. Come on down to the stand.
Here's
Get on the field and feel the cheerleaders over there in the corner of the field.
change, but I do know like
I can tell you. I was just going to tell you.
Patriot tunnel. Sportsmanship is expected at all times. Yelling or any other cheers and praises that are in full shape. All of you have fun and be excited for our team. It's up to you.
Okay, this is the first time I've
Appreciate it.
Do you have an updated one? Not on you. Okay, what was his number?
20 is Christian.
Yeah, I really just went out of just in case.
I'll see if I can find it. I had a bunch of changes for albums.
Cheerleaders are in place. Any fans that would like to get out of the cheerleaders, come down the board on the wall, take your time for the team to run through. Here's your chance to do it. Feel free to go onto the field and extend that tunnel.
And the former 21, a guy named Jacob Terry, number 10 block is no longer on the we had 2 36s. One was Alex Shapiro. He's now 53. And then you had 2 56s with Yasir and Joseph Al-Khoury. So Yasir is now 66 instead of 56.
The Albemarle High School Marching Patriot Band. We've got some middle schools. Middle schools also represented here in the band. We have some middle school band members from Jack Jarrett, from Sutherland, and from Berlin.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I didn't know we were.
And when you put the headsets on, are you going to be able to hear the left channel because it's a mono stream, so it'll sound on the broadcast, but you're only going to hear one.
Cool. Okay, here's Almiral and Monticello rosters. I'll just leave them here.
Yeah.
And we're live now.
You're live now?
Okay.
Oh, right. You're right next
Are
to
we
all of them.
controlling
I literally, what did I tell you? I said when you see a massive group of people.
Welcome to our crosstown crash here at Almiral High School between the visiting team, the Monticello Mustangs, and the home team, the Almiral Patriots. Monticello is currently 1-4 with their first win last week against Western Almiral, 27-28, and Almiral is currently 0-4 with hoping to secure their first win tonight. Tonight we have the home team, the Almiral Patriots, wearing their red uniforms, and the visiting team, the Monticello Mustangs, wearing their white uniforms. To initiate our game, Almero will kick off to Monticello. We do see a couple setbacks for the Mustangs tonight as they are missing number 9, Will Trent, as their wide receiver, and number 12, Tony Frazier, as another wide receiver. The team will lose some speed as both of these players are some of Monticello's track stars. Last spring, Will Trent won the championship for the 400 meter, but we do see some players returning here for Almero. Jake Rombach, one of Almero's strong defensive players, is back tonight from an injury, so we do hope to see a pretty big game between the two rivals.
Yeah, getting Jake back is a big deal because he's a team captain. I'm sure the morale went up when we joined them back again.
Yeah, and along with Jake returning, the team is missing a couple players from the previous season as multiple seniors graduated, as well as some of our star players, including Keenan Brock, headed off to Blue Ridge School to continue their football careers with hopes of playing in college. Monticello's quarterback, number 8, Malachi Fields, will take the ball all the way down the sideline to score their first touchdown in the first minute of the game. Wow, what an outstanding play. The first play of the game, already a touchdown for the Mustangs.
Yeah, really outstanding blocking from Monticello. There's some really key blocks there down the stretch around the 50-yard line.
And we will see one of Monticello's biggest strengths is their speed, as Malachi took the ball completely down the sideline straight into the end zone for Monticello.
It just shows really how explosive Monticello can be. I know the record doesn't really show it, but they really can be explosive. And Alabama needs to be careful with their defense.
And that'll make the score 7-0. Mustangs on top during the first play of the game. Seems to be a pretty big turnout tonight from both student sections. We have Almero in black and Monticello in white. Hopefully that first play won't cloud Almero's head too much, and hopefully they can continue this game just as they would with no setbacks. One weakness we will see from the Patriots is how young the team is. The team is comprised of mainly sophomores and juniors who every week are learning from their mistakes and just trying to get more experience under their belts. So with this young team comes a few mistakes, but those mistakes can definitely be corrected with practice and exposure to the game.
See if Alabama can get a decent return on this after slightly demoralizing return by Malachi Fields.
And that ball will head right out of the end zone. Starting quarterback is number 4, Jake King, who is just a sophomore. It's his first year on varsity. One thing that I'm hoping to see from him is the ability to
offensive line needs to play really well because Jake is a shorter guy. He needs to get some protection so he can make some nice reads.
Looks like we're down on the 30-yard line.
Looks to be about second and 2 maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, and that ball was carried by number 2, Ebenezer McCarthy, who is a first-year on varsity as well.
Yeah, Evan definitely has some speed. His brother's an all-state track star. He's also on track. He's a very fast guy. I think he runs around at like a 4.5. He's an animal.
Yes, I think Ebenezer McCarthy has definitely been a standout player for the Patriots, as well as number 24, Nolan Pitzenberger, on the defensive end. Last game, he made a couple tackles that really benefited the Patriots.
I think Nolan leads the defensive tackles right now. He's been astonishing throughout the season. He's definitely one of the better secondary players.
Two other standout players for the Patriots are junior Josh Jones and senior Robert Jones, as they've contributed to the passing and receiving portion of this game, as well as the past 4 games. And that pass is completed to number 5, Robert Jones. And he will take it all the way down the field. Being stopped at about looks to be the 10-yard line.
That was a really excellent play by Robert Jones. That ball was really underthrown by Jake King, but he came back to the ball and made a really nice play.
Yeah, that goes to show Robert Jones's passing and receiving contributions to the Patriots.
Absolutely. He's a very athletic guy.
Yes, I believe he's one of Almiro's track stars as well. There seems to be a really good correlation between football and track as far as Almiro and Monticello's players.
With a nice run for a touchdown. That was a really great response to what Monticello just did on that first kickoff. We put together a really decent drive and got a touchdown off of that, and now I'm sure the team's morale just went up. Admiral's really going to need their upperclassmen to step up in these type of games. In-town rivalries can really take a toll mentally.
Yeah, that was great offensive line work by Almiro. I hope to see that for the rest of the game, as that's part of what they struggled in the past 4 losses. And with 9 minutes and 18 seconds left in the first quarter, the score is 7-7. This game seems to be a pretty high-scoring game, as we're only in the first quarter and both teams have gotten a touchdown. I hope to see a fluid touchdown-to-touchdown by each team throughout the whole game.
I really appreciated Almiro's response to what Monticello just did. They didn't play too conservative. They didn't let that first touchdown affect them really at all. And they put together a really nice drive.
Yeah, I think that first touchdown during the first play did not clog or cloud up their head at all. They seemed to be doing pretty good, as that touchdown showed their talent with their offensive line work.
Absolutely.
I think if there's one thing Alvaro really needs to concentrate on throughout this game is covering number 8, Malachi Fields, for the Mustangs, as he's one of their top players and has Division I offers from VMI and Liberty, and seems to be looking into other colleges around the area, including Virginia Tech. I think if Almirall can cover him as well as some of their other offensive linemen, they should be in pretty good shape to come out with a win this game.
Also, Malachi Fields is one of the greatest high school athletes I've seen in my life. He's a huge guy. He's like 6'3", he's about 210, I believe. He can do pretty much everything. He can run, he can pass. He's overall a great athlete.
I completely agree. I think that track and football balance he has really helps him on both sides. And it looks like Almirall will take down Monticello on the 25-yard line.
Pick up with 6 yards, I think. For second and 4. It was a really nice pre-played read by Malachi Fields to kind of open receiver. He saw that the coverage was a little soft on the right side of the field and really nice throw. I think for Almirall to win this game, I think they need to have a nice mix-up between man and zone coverage to confuse Malachi Fields.
I completely agree. I think throwing Malachi off his game, covering him whenever possible, is definitely the key to this game, as Malachi is their star player. Some may refer to him as their franchise player.
Wow, what a nice throw. Oh, just a little bit overthrown by Malachi.
Yeah, amazing pass.
The pass was intended for Philip Estes, another great athlete. I believe he's also a track star.
Yeah, number 21, Philip, is definitely another Mustang to look out for. Great coverage by Almirall's defensive back on that play.
Really good stop defensive for Almirall. So now they can make it 3rd and long from Monticello and possibly get their defense off the field and get the offense back on.
Yeah, Almirall's defense definitely seems to be showing up today, as they've stopped Monticello after every play, eliminating them from picking up yards. Another great throw by Malachi Fields, just a little short of number 21, Philip Estes.
I think Monticello's looking to attack deep early. They've had a couple shots downfield. I think they're really looking to cut right into Almirall's secondary.
Almirall's continuing that great coverage, as Malachi's past 2 throws have been incomplete. Looks like we'll have a timeout on field with 7 minutes and 15 seconds left in our first quarter. The score is still 7-7.
Javon Sims with the return. Alabama student section's really filling up now.
And that'll bring us to our second and 4 downs.
Torrey Green enters the game. Another great wide receiver for Alabama.
Torrey brings height and speed to the team as he stands at, I believe, 6'2", and is another track player for Alabama.
I like that Alabama's being a little bit conservative on this drive so that they don't Jake, the quarterback Jake came into precarious situations with the rush that Monticello has. They have a lot of athletic guys on a team that can get past the offensive line and put Jake in some trouble.
Yeah, I think their approach of taking it a little bit slower and more conservative may help them in the long run with this game.
Ebenezer McCarthy edging forward as well for about, let me say, about 4 yards on that carry. But Kerry had some potential for a pretty big loss for Alabama, and he did a nice job getting back to the end of scrimmage and getting a decent yardage game.
Yeah, that'll bring us to another second and 4.
That was a man's run by Makai Washington. It really showed how big he was. I think he's 220, he's a huge guy.
Yeah, Malachi is definitely one of Almiral's dominant players as he's able to run through a big group of defenders as well as get that ball into the end zone as he did during Almiral's first touchdown.
Absolutely. I think Alabama's really trying to show what they're trying to do in the game. They've ran it about, let's say, 70% of the time in this game so far, so they're definitely trying to establish this marching game really early in the game.
And Malachi will take that ball right over the 40-yard line, taking us to our first down. I'm sorry, that's Makai, not Malachi. My bad.
He's a freshman. You just gotta note that the mics are really loud and peaky. Like they're peaking.
Albemarle with about 3 minutes and 29 seconds left remaining in this first quarter. Jake King from the pistol hands it off to Ebenezer McCarthy. Excuse me, for a nice run.
I really like that sophomore duo, number 4, Jake King, and number 2, Ebenezer McCarthy. They seem to have good chemistry between each other, and Jake seems to be able to hand the ball to Eb with ease as he takes it down the field to gain yards for the Patriots.
I like this running back duo with Eb and Mackay. They seem to be efficient running together.
I agree. I think it's a great balance between the two. I really like seeing the Patriots learn from their mistakes each week. It seems to be able to set them up to do better each game as they are learning from their mistakes and just picking up more knowledge through the game.
Yeah, it seems to be a neutral zone infraction by Monticello, so that'll give Albemarle a nice 5 yards to add to their drive. Looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 5. Take that back. 1st down and 10. I'm sorry.
On top of this great game of football, it seems to be we're having some great weather. Not too hot tonight. A little bit of a breeze. Great night for some football. Great throw by number 4, Jake King, just a little overthrown, intended for number 7, Torrey Green.
That was a really nice spiral from Jake. If he can get some of those throws under control, he can have a really nice game tonight. It seems like Monticello is playing a lot of zone coverage, so I think people like Torrey Green and Robert Jones can beat some of that coverage and give Jake some nice opportunities to throw to him.
I think Jake King being able to zero in on some of those receivers is what's going to benefit the team tonight, as he seems to be pretty buddy-buddy with a couple of the receivers.
Huge tackle by Monticello's defense, stopping Ebenezer McCarthy on 3rd down and 8. We'll see what Albemarle elects to do right now.
Yeah, Albemarle does not get his first down. They need some more yards.
It looks like they're going to go for it, leaving their offense on the field. I believe it's 4th and 9? With about just under a minute left in this first quarter. Jake King in the pistol position with Ebenezer as a tailback. Oh, looks like it's going to be a false start for Albemarle. With about 47.2 seconds to remain, excuse me. Excuse us, we're having some technical difficulties.
Hopefully this sounds a little bit better.
Another false start by Albemarle, looks like. Really need to get their snapshot under control here.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate penalty, as that was their 4th down.
Yeah.
Looks like we'll head back a couple yards.
2 false starts for Albemarle is definitely unacceptable for this offense. So don't have a lot of breathing room with the athleticism that Monticello exerts on them.
I agree, especially back-to-back false starts. That's not a good run for the Patriots, but
That's the end of the first quarter. We'll take a break and we'll be right back here on WPAT News.
What are we calling this? I just called it WPAT News. What are we calling this now? It's still WPAT.
as we head into our second quarter of the game, the score is tied 7-7.
Both student sections are extremely full today. At first it looked like Albemarle wasn't going to have a lot of students coming to this game, but they filled up the student section
I
pretty
completely
fast.
agree. We have a packed house on both sides of the stadium.
Yeah, a lot of Monticello supporters were right next to them. They're pretty loud. Also got a lot of the showy pizza.
I know, some pizza in the stands.
Monticello also brought their pep band, it looks like, so it's like we have double the height here.
I know, that's a first that I've seen. I don't recall any teams bringing their pep band with them, but it's great to see the spirit.
This is from the punt. Looks like it's going to be a touchback. So Monticello will get the possession at the 20-yard line. Monticello starts their possession at the 20-yard line with Malachi Fields in the backfield, shotgun, with the tailback to his right. Makes a couple of reads, snaps the ball.
And that pass will be complete.
To number 15, Jason Armstrong. Malachi Fields again out of the shotgun position with the tailback to his left. Sends the ball. Oh, it's quarterback keeper. Oh, that had amazing play potential. He only picked up about 6 yards on that play. So it looks like it's going to be a 3rd down and 4 or 3 maybe.
Another great example of Monticello's speed came into play during that play by number 8, Malachi Fields. He really can pick up speed within seconds of getting that ball.
Absolutely. Looks like Monticello's going no huddle here. Snapping the ball very quickly. Another quarterback keeper. Looks like they're going to stop Monticello just short of a 1st down. We'll see. Yes. Looks like it's going to be 3rd down and 1.
Albemarle's doing a great job stopping Malachi from picking up those yards. His speed is definitely intimidating considering his first play of the game as he scored the first touchdown during the first play.
Absolutely. And if Albemarle's not careful, Malachi's going to rip off another huge run. Both student sections extremely loud. Albemarle's student section is very hype. Looks like Albemarle brings a blitz.
To number 7, Chase Hummel, but Albemarle will take down that Mustang. I think Almerel being able to key in on Malachi in all his plays will definitely be the key to this game.
Malachi Fields out of the pistol position with the tailback. Offset. Snaps the ball. Looks like a wide receiver screen maybe. Oh, Almerel tackles him short of the first down. It looks like it's going to be a loss of 2 or 3 yards by Robert Jones. Looks like it's going to be about 2nd and 11 or 12 maybe.
Great play by Almerel's defense, taking that player down and knocking Monticello down a few yards is definitely a great play. One thing I'd like to see more from the Patriots on the offensive line is on the offensive team is being able to run the ball a little bit more, as Monticello does have that incredible speed. I think that's something Almerel is missing.
Absolutely. Almerel bringing the blitz on this play, or it seems. Oh, Jake Wambach.
Oh, he'll be just short of a tackle.
Oh, yeah.
And Malachi will take that ball out of bounds.
It's close. Looks like a pickup of about 2 or 3 yards. Really shows you how Malachi Fields can shed some tackles and make some nice plays for Monticello. After a relatively fast start to this drive, Monticello was going with some no-huddle plays, and now seems like they've slowed down just a little bit. Malachi Fields snaps the ball, looks for a couple reads. Almerel's defense coming after him. Oh, Malachi Fields rushing down the field. Looks like he's going to pick up a first down and some. Fantastic run.
Incredible play.
See, Monticello's student section really enjoyed that play.
Fields does not seem to run out of energy. He seems to be able to pick up as many yards as possible each play with his speed and agility. Communication is definitely key in the game of football, and Malachi Fields seems to be doing a great job communicating with all his team members play by play.
Malachi Fields in the shotgun position with the tailback to his left. Seems to be looking at his coach for some direction here.
One thing Almerel needs to do is get 1 or 2 players just set on Fields.
Oh. Looks like encroachment by Almerel by Jake Wambach maybe.
Fields has made all of Monticello's big plays, so having 1 or 2 Patriots on that Mustang can definitely benefit the Patriots.
Yeah. Looks like it's actually a false start on Monticello, excuse me.
That'll take them back a couple yards.
One thing I think Almerel needs to work on is with their rushing, they seem to be missing a lot of tackles here, so maybe completing some of these tackles will benefit them in getting their defense off the field.
I completely agree.
Malachi hits misses another tackle. Oh, nice pass.
And that'll be pass to number 15, Jason Armstrong, for a strong consecutive pass, taking the Mustangs up to a first down.
Monticello seems to be moving the ball pretty efficiently, although they've had a couple of penalties so far on this drive. Almerel really needs to get their defense off the field here. They've been on the field for game time about 5 minutes now, but with real time maybe 10 minutes. They seem to be a little bit gassed here.
Monticello seems to be quickly approaching that end zone.
Quarterback keeper by Malachi Fields. Oh, wow, shedding 2, 3, 4, 5 tackles.
Wow. He'll take that ball.
It's the 15-yard line of Albemarle.
These next couple plays are going to be very, very critical for both Monticello and Almerel.
Totally. So plays like these on defenses can really define the game. Malachi Fields in the shotgun position. The tailback to his left. Another quarterback keeper. Oh, he gets tackled. For about a 2-yard gain.
One thing I'd like to see from Almerel is more attack from the defensive end and less sitting back. They are doing a great job of attacking, but just to have a little bit more attack, a little bit more gas under their feet may help them with this play.
Yeah, totally. Actually, Alabama's getting past this offensive line relatively effectively, and it just seems like they're missing a lot of tackles here. I expect to see some leadership in these kinds of situations. Hand off to the tailback. Looks like they'll lose a couple of yards here.
And that was handed off to number 2, Buddy Wilson. Looks like we're at our 3rd down with 7 minutes in. About 1 second left in this second quarter.
If Alabama can get a stop on this play, it would be very good for their defense to get some rest and the offense back on the field. Their offense hasn't been in commission here for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, Alma would love to see a turnover here, maybe a fumble or even an interception.
Another quarterback keeper for Malachi Fields picks up about 1 or 2 yards maybe, and they stop him on 3rd down. Let's see what Monticello likes to do here. It looks like they're going to bring on the field goal kicking unit.
Yes, this seems to be a make or break play here for the Mustangs as they're at 4th down.
I'm going to be honest, I don't know anything about this kicker. If I were to guess, from watching him pre-game, he looks pretty good. We'll see. And field goal is up and good. By number 14, Jack Holbrook, senior out of Monticello, makes a field goal.
And he will add some points to our scoreboard, leaving us at 7-10 with the Mustangs in the lead.
Let's see if Albemarle can put together a really good drive to end this half with about 5 minutes and 48 seconds left remaining in the half. And Monticello chewed up a lot of time on that drive and left Albemarle's defense looking really gassed and tired. See if they can put something, at least a couple first downs here, so Albemarle's defense can get a break and get some momentum moving into the second half.
I'd love to see some fuel and gas by Albemarle's offense during this play.
After the first quarter, the first couple of plays, it seemed like this would be a really high-scoring game, but it's only 10-7 right through the second quarter.
With this 5 minutes left, I would love to see a good long drive with a touchdown from the Patriots to finish out this quarter.
Monticello tees up this kick, ready for kickoff. Looks like Nolan and Ebenezer McCarthy are in the backfield to catch this kick. And the kick is up. Relatively good kick from Monticello.
And Nolan Pitzenberger will pick up that ball.
Pretty nice return for Albemarle. Pitzenberger gets about 26 or 7 yards on that carry. Return, excuse me.
I've seen a lot of leadership between Nolan Pitzenberger and Ebenezer McCarthy. Though they are younger for the team, I really like the leadership they've been possessing throughout this game and throughout the season.
Absolutely. They're very mature and responsible people. I know both of them personally pretty well. Nolan's a pretty responsible guy. He seems like a great leader. And Ed always takes football very seriously. I'll ask him some football questions from time to time. It seems like he really knows what he's doing. Jake King takes the snap, hands it off to Ebenezer McCarthy. Finds a hole for about 5 or 6 yards there.
And that'll bring us to our second down.
So it's going to be about second down and 4 with 5 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in this half. I like the holes that Albemarle's offensive line is creating here.
I agree. I think the holes are definitely putting this team in play, as well as they've had a great start to this drive.
flag.
Team chemistry does not seem to be a problem for either of these teams. Both teams seem to be working very well with one another, as well as showing great sportsmanship.
Yeah. Looks like it's going to be encroachment on the defense, so Albemarle will get 5 more yards on this drive.
Bringing us back to our 1st and 4.
Jake King in the pistol position with Makai Washington in the backfield. He's got Torrey Green and Ebenezer McCarthy to his right. Hands it off to Makai Washington for a nice gain of about 5 yards on that play. Really pounding the ball on this Monticello defense.
And Washington really using that strength and power he has to get through those Monticello defenders to pick up yards for the Patriots.
Albemarle actually has impressed me so far in this game. They're doing really well offensively. This is only their 2nd drive, and they've put together some really nice first downs and completions here. Jake King out of the shotgun position, snaps the ball, rolling right, throws the ball, incomplete to Torrey Green. Right now it looks like Albemarle is going with a 1 tight end, 2 wide receiver, 2 tailback set here. They've been going with this set for most of the game so far.
And we're at 3 minutes and 56 seconds left in this 2nd quarter. Albemarle may need to think about timeouts as they approach the end of this quarter.
Yeah. Quan Sims enters the game. Jake King snaps the ball. Passes it off to a screen to Robert Jones. Sheds a tackle. Gets a nice amount of yardage there. He picked up about 10 yards on that play. Great screen by Albemarle's offensive line. Really nice teamwork there.
A short but very complete pass from King to Jones. Sometimes those shorter passes is what can make or break a play. Some long passes being incomplete can really throw off the yardage and
Jake King hands off the ball to Ebenezer McCarthy, I believe, for about a gain of 2 yards.
And that last play was a great screenplay by Albemarle.
Absolutely. I'd like to see more from Albemarle, though. That was really good blocking and great athleticism from Robert Jones, shedding a couple tackles there and getting as far as he could down the field. We've got about 3 minutes left in this half. Let's see what Albemarle can put together before halftime. Jake King, pistol position.
Hands it right off
keeper, Jake King, running down the sideline, picks up some yards. Got about 20 yards on that one rush. Absolutely fantastic run from Jake King. Might be a smaller kid, but he's got some wheels on him.
Incredible play. I even thought he passed it off to number 2, McCarthy, but he took that ball and he ran down the field. Very similar to Monticello's Malachi Fields.
Great pickup by Albemarle.
Great trick play by Jake King.
Good read option. Oh, they pass it to the end zone. Torrey Green.
Torrey Green with Albemarle's 2nd touchdown of the game, putting Albemarle on top 13-10 with 2 minutes and 36 seconds left in this quarter.
Great catch by Torrey Green.
Amazing play from King to Green. Those are the types of plays I love to see from the Patriots.
It's a nice plays on this drive. They ran the ball for most of the drive, really establishing this run game so far in this first half. And then they threw the ball finally to the end zone to Torrey Green. It's a nice pass, nice catch. really a beautiful drive put together by the Albemarle Patriots.
Although Albemarle does have a little bit of a slower game compared to Monticello, they are taking that slower approach into their advantage, being able to make plays just like that.
PAT is up, and it is good for Albemarle. This is going to be a really good game. So far it's 14-10. Albemarle's up against the Monticello Mustangs with 2:36 remaining in this half. Albemarle's student section is really rowdy right now.
I love to see it. King has definitely shown his dominance and leadership throughout this game with some incredible passes to players like Torrey Green and Robert Jones.
Absolutely. Jay King's making Albemarle believe they can win the first game here tonight.
And hopefully every game after that. With 2 minutes and 36 seconds left in the game, we'll see what Monticello can bring to the field.
Albemarle student section really loving what's going on here from the Patriots tonight. Yusuf tees up for the kickoff, and we'll get this final 2 minutes and 36 seconds underway for this half. And there goes the kickoff. Great kick by Yusuf. It looks like it's going to roll out of bounds, however. And the Monticello Mustangs will start their drive at the 40-yard line. Monticello from the sideline really letting them know.
Great enthusiasm by both student sections tonight.
Yeah, when the student section gets involved, it creates a lively atmosphere for this game.
It's amazing what a full, packed, energetic student section can do for a team.
Oh, it looks like Monticello is going to elect to re-kick, and also I don't blame them for electing to re-kick here. Malachi Fields has some crazy athleticism, and he's a very explosive player. I don't blame him for re-kicking, especially since their offense stalled out on that last drive, kicking a field goal.
I like to consider Malachi Fields the franchise player of the Monticello Mustangs, as he's really led the team these past couple games and throughout the season.
Absolutely. Actually, last week, Monticello Malachi Fields rushed for 3 touchdowns, I believe. He had a really nice game. Monticello gets a nice return off that kick to about the 32-yard line.
And what an amazing game that was last weekend. Monticello's homecoming game. They won against Western Albemarle 28-27.
I believe that was an overtime game, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. Really a packed house here tonight. There's a lot of parents. It's also Teacher Appreciation Week, I believe, for the Albemarle football team. We got the Patriot teachers wearing football players' jerseys tonight.
I love to see the support from Albemarle teachers, parents, and all the students.
Malachi Fields with the quarterback keeper for about 8 yards.
Looks like he did a couple flips during that play, too.
Absolutely.
Not only can he run, but he can flip. AHS really needs to keep their eye on Malachi Fields, as he could make a big play any second now with not much time left.
With about 2 minutes remaining in this half, snaps the ball, low snap, passes it, and completes the pass out of bounds to number 14.
Who is it? Wait, what is it? You sound like you're... Malachi Fields, in the backfield. Jake Romback coming after him.
Oh,
tackle.
man.
Malachi Fields throws down the field for an interception.
Interception! By Almiral's number 3. What an amazing play that was by Almiral.
See what Almiral can do with this 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining here.
That definitely throws Monticello off their game. That turnover was just what was in order for Almiral. Having this momentum and encouragement going into the locker room will be a great start for them for the third and fourth quarter.
Absolutely. Let's see if Jake King can put together some nice reads and some nice throws to get Almiral down the field for at least a field goal maybe.
Looks like Almiral will be pushed back a couple yards, leaving us at a first down of 4.
Yeah, that really isn't what Almiral needed to start this drive right now with 1 minute and 30 seconds. Kind of pressed for time. Jake King throws the ball down to Robert Jones. He catches the ball, runs down the sideline.
Robert will take that ball all the way down.
Tackle for a touchdown. Picks up about, I'm going to say around 75 yards on that one catch. Fantastic throw by Jake King, really leading his receiver down the field.
And fantastic catch by number 5, Robert Jones. He really put that speed into play, taking it all the way down the field.
Jake and Robert really seem to have some nice chemistry going on in this game so far. I think Robert Jones has he's caught about 6 passes so far. Really great game by Robert Jones so far. Ebenezer McCarthy with a direct snap, runs down, and he's going to be short of the goal line. It looks like he picked up about 5 or 6 yards on that carry. Really showing the offensive creativity for Albemarle.
Almiral has less than a minute to make this play before we head into halftime. I'd love to see another touchdown by Almiral.
Direct snap. False start by Albemarle. Looks like Troy Green had a little too early there.
Unfortunately, that will set Almiral back just a few yards, but that should not intimidate them from being able to make this touchdown. I have full faith in their offense and their incredible quarterback, Jake King, to make this play.
Another direct snap for Ebenezer McCarthy for the touchdown.
Touchdown by Almiral. What a great play that was.
It looks like this play might be coming back. It looks like it might be holding on offense.
Looks like that'll be unfortunately incomplete for the Patriots. Great play. If only those points could get back up on the scoreboard.
Mustang C-section really letting him have it tonight here. I wonder if there's going to be a 10-second runoff here. I have no clue. If there is, then Albemarle might have some difficulty scoring here.
Almiral may be in need of a timeout just to get their priorities straight for this play.
Absolutely. They might need to snap the ball relatively faster. Time's running. Looks like they called a timeout.
Time is at the essence right now with 12.6 seconds left.
Looks like they might have called it, Albemarle might have called the timeout just now.
With 3 timeouts left, it would be to Albemarle's advantage to use one of those.
Shotgun position with Ebenezer McCarthy tailback to his right. He's got Lauren Pitzenberg in the game, surprisingly. He's got 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right.
See what kind of magic Jake King can cook up for this play. The clock has
24
been
seconds.
set back to 24 seconds.
I was a little confused by that. It said like 24 minutes and 6 seconds left on it.
I would love 24 more minutes.
Looks like Albemarle's going to call a timeout here. Just converse what they want to do on these last seconds of this drive and of this half.
Great decision by Coach Brandon Isaiah, the Patriots.
What do you think so far, Delaney, of what the Patriots have been able to do offensively?
I honestly think they put all of their energy into this second quarter. I think they really brought not only speed and agility, but they brought the right mindset to this game. Though they have taken it a little bit slower compared to Monticello's speed, I think their speed is still on top.
For sure.
I think Jake King keying in on those receivers is definitely what's putting Albemarle on top tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I think another component might be the fact that Monticello and Albemarle are huge rivals here. This is a pretty emotional game, I believe, for Albemarle.
Oh yeah, not only the emotion, but the pressure from both teams, seeing who will pull out on top.
Jake King, pistol position. Throws the ball downfield to...
Oh, no, man.
So close.
Almost a complete catch.
That was almost an Odell Beckham Jr. type of catch from Quan Sims there.
I agree.
The ball was just a little bit overthrown by Jake. I think it might be nerves with 19.6 seconds left in this half.
Aquan was covered by 2 Monticello defenders as well, adding to that incomplete pass.
Jake King hands the ball off to Ebenezer McCarthy. Down the sideline. Touchdown, Patriots.
McCarthy will run it in for the 3rd touchdown tonight by the Albemarle Patriots. What a celebration by all Albemarle players, students, teachers, fans. What a great way to end this second quarter.
Absolutely. The 8-tower flag is waving high. PAT team is on the field right now. We're going to tee up this ball and hopefully...
Let's see if Yusuf Algabury can add some more points to our scoreboard tonight before we head into halftime.
And it's good.
Job well done by Albemarle's kicker, Yusuf Algabury.
Excuse me. Yusuf's kicking has really improved, I've noticed this year. Last couple of years his kicking has been a little bit faulty, but this year he's really seemed to have it on lock. At least from the games I've watched.
I agree. I think that preseason training and all the work the Patriots have put into this game has definitely helped each and every player.
Again, we have 13.6 seconds left on the clock. I think Monticello might consider just kneeing the ball and going in for the half. I don't think they want to make any risky plays with Albemarle having all the momentum so far in this game.
I agree. I don't expect to see a big play made by Monticello with this 13.6 seconds left. But honestly, you can never predict anything with number 8 Malachi Fields. He's pretty unstoppable, but Almeral's defense has done a great job tonight trying to stop him whenever they can.
Ball's teed up for Yusuf. Kick away.
And here we go.
Good kick. Fielded by number 11 from the Monticello Mustangs, and he's shoved out of bounds. Tackle made by Sean Johnson, I believe. And it looks like Malachi Fields is just going to need this ball to go into halftime, and he does. The rest of the clock is going to run off here, and that will do it for this half. Going to halftime with the Patriots up by 11 points. Patriots 21, Monticello Mustangs 10.
A very happy and energetic Almerale will head back to their locker room, as well as the Monticello Mustangs. And as we head into halftime, our live stream production will be right back after the half, and we hope you will tune in again for our third and fourth quarters. Again, Almerale 21, Monticello 10.
a Patriot band, a Greenscape. Yeah, you can see the band tomorrow night. Doing it again at Charlottesville High School, 7 o'clock in the cavalcade tomorrow night at CHS. It'll be at 7 o'clock. That line, ladies and gentlemen, halftime continues. If you look at the area on the field in front of the student section, the Alamo High School dance team, the Patriots. The class of 1989. If you were a football player on the team, factor that you're 3 years away if you were a football player. Thanks to all of you for coming back. The class of 1989. Thanks for coming back with the numbers that told you. Ever since then, once a Patriot, always a Patriot. Have a great celebration this weekend. Welcome back to Charlottesville. To those of you who are in town, please travel safely home. Thank you. Class of 1989 from Alamo High School. Welcome. The concession stand remains open, ladies and gentlemen. Pizza, hot dogs, and
until halftime is over. And here we go.
New half of the game, new energy from both teams.
Patriots up 21-10 against the Monticello Mustangs. Let's see if Albemarle can finish off this game and get their first victory of the year. I really like what Albemarle's done so far. What about you, Delaney?
I love what I've seen so far from Albemarle. Their intensity, their energy, their speed, although it is slower than Monticello's, it's still up to par today for their game.
Absolutely.
I've seen great plays from both Albemarle's offensive and defensive end, and I just love what I'm seeing.
Absolutely.
What do you think?
I think Albemarle has missed some tackles on defense. Other than that, Nolan Pitzenberger with a return to the 38-yard line, a great return. I'm sorry, Dylan.
You're fine.
I think they've left a couple plays out on the field. Overall, they've done a great job on offense and defense. I think it's really important to complete their tackles. I think the offensive line needs to continue doing a great job. They've already done a great job leaving some great holes for Ebenezer McCarthy and Makai Washington to run through and really establishing a nice running game so far. I think in order for Albemarle to win this, Jake needs to keep making good reads and making safe passes and not letting the Mustangs capitalize on any Albemarle mistakes so far in this game.
I completely agree. I think it's crucial Albemarle stays with this momentum they had during the first half of the game. And it looks like Monticello has a hurt player, number 7, Chase Hummel. So he'll be taken out of the game in the meantime.
Jake King in the pistol position with Makai Washington in the backfield. Ebenezer McCarthy in motion, hands off to Makai Washington. Stiff arms. Down the field, tracks the player.
Wow.
Down the field.
Makai will run
Washington
through Monticello's defensive players.
Great play by Makai Washington. Very physical, aggressive run to start this half. He picks up about 30 yards on that one run.
That's the type of momentum I like to see from all Albemarle players. His strength and agility is what made that play possible. He pummeled through Monticello's defensive players.
Yeah, the blocking wasn't necessarily great. That was just a really great, aggressive run.
Looks like Jake will hand the ball off to Eb McCarthy. But he'll be stopped by Monticello, putting us at our second down of the 4.
Jake King in the pistol position with Ebenezer McCarthy in the backfield offset. Watson's to his left. Snaps the ball. Hands the ball off to Ebenezer McCarthy. Makes a nice run down to about the 18-yard line. Nice aggressive run. Good blocking by the offensive line.
Yeah, that dominance, agility, blocking is what Albemarle needs throughout the third and fourth quarter to stay in this game, to stay locked in and on top of the scoreboard.
What would you like to see from Monticello moving forward?
What would I like to see from Monticello? I would really like to see some bigger plays by Malachi. I think he's done a great job so far this game, but I know throughout the season he's had bigger plays, bigger games. I'd just like to see a little bit more of his, not only his speed, but his incredible passing.
Ebenezer McCarthy stiff arms a guy and gets a nice gain. There was a flag on the play, however. Looks like it might be face mask, maybe, on Ebenezer McCarthy. We'll see.
Monticello's defense has done a great job staying on top of Almiral's offense. I'd like to see a little more attacking from both teams' defensive ends. But other than that, I think both teams have had really great runs so far.
Absolutely. Looks like the penalty was on Albemarle. Back to what you... Monticello student section is really loud right now. Back to what you were saying about Malachi Fields. I think it's not necessarily his fault, like his production so far in this game. I think he's gotten a lot of pressure from Albemarle's defensive ends and tackles. They've had a really nice game so far. They've had Malachi Fields under pressure for most of this game. I believe Monticello's had time of possession more than Albemarle.
I completely agree. I think something Almiral's done to stop Malachi Fields is keying in on him and his plays, what they've seen from him throughout the season, being able to prepare themselves for what he's capable of doing. We have 9 minutes and 12 seconds left in our third quarter. Score is still Almirale 21, Monticello 10.
Also, I think another thing Monticello could key in on is taking some shots downfield. So far in this game, I haven't really seen a lot of shots Malachi Fields taken. We've seen how formidable he is in the passing game. He has a really tight spiral on his throw. I would just like to see some more downfield passing.
I completely agree. I've seen a lot of short, small passes from Malachi. I know he's capable of getting those longer, tighter passes in as well. I'd like to see more of that.
Yeah. Here we go. It looks like it's going to be a direct snap. Oh, I'm sorry. Jake King, short pass to Torrey Green for about 2 or 3 yards.
And looks like we'll head into our fourth down here.
Fourth down and about 5 to go with 9 minutes and 4 seconds remaining on this clock.
And looks like our ball is on the 22nd yard line right now. Monticello losing Chase Hummel is definitely a big hit to their team. Looks like he will stay on the sideline for the rest of the game with a crutch and ice.
It seems to me that the Monticello offense so far in this game hasn't been seeming like they're running downhill. It seems like they've been cutting to the edge a little bit, not really steaming ahead for those power yards that they need to win this game. Looks like the Patriots are going for it. Oh, it's a first down. Handoff to Mekhi Washington for about 2 or 3 yards on the play.
Looks like he'll stumble over a couple defenders' feet.
I would also like to see Tucker Raymond get more utilized in this game so far. Tucker Raymond's a tight end. He's a junior. He's a big, strong guy. I think they could utilize him in the passing game. He has great hands, I've seen. He's also made some key blocks in this game. Hands off to Mekhi Washington for no gain, I believe. I wonder if the headset is working between Jake King and Coach Brandon Isaiah, because at the end of each play, Jake seems to be running to the sideline.
I was wondering the exact same thing. I continually see him going back and forth.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's not taking any of his energy away from the game.
King snaps the ball, rolls to his right. The ball is incomplete.
seems like the pace of the game has definitely slowed down, which is a little bit surprising coming back from halftime. The Patriots, I'm not sure if they've lost some fuel or they're just trying to take their time, but the pace of the game has definitely slowed down.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. It's 4th and 10. Yusuf is attempting a field goal. Looks like it's going to be about 37 yards, I believe. Kick is up, and it is good. Albemarle takes a 14-point lead over Monticello, 24-10.
Great kick by Albemarle's kicker, Yusuf Alghabari. I almost think Albemarle's slower pace of the game may be messing with Monticello's mindset a little bit, just because they're so used to that quick-paced game for themselves that maybe this slower approach from Albemarle may be setting them back a little bit.
Yeah. I also feel like this really needs to be noted that this is the most amount of points Albemarle scored so far this season.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that. That is great.
I didn't think about that at all.
Seems like Albemarle's starting to turn their season around a little bit with this one game. Of course, I can't speak too soon, but I would love to see a win from the Patriots. Albemarle really needs to keep this kick away from Monticello's Malachi Fields. Once Malachi gets the ball, he's dangerous.
Yeah, I think after that first kick, the coaches have really realized that they need to kick away from Malachi Fields. That's why they've been kicking more to the right of the field and away from Malachi Fields to number 11.
It almost seems like Albemarle's planned this game around Malachi and his potential, his abilities.
Ball was muffed. It's going to be returned from about the 25 to the 26-yard line. That's where the Monticello Mustangs will set up shop.
We'll see if the Mustangs have kind of recharged from this halftime break.
Yeah.
Seems like they slowed down a little bit in that second quarter.
I think this drive is very crucial for the rest of this game. If Monticello can't get anything together, at least a field goal maybe, I think the mindset of losing might set in just a tad because Albemarle is up by 14 points, 2 touchdowns. I know how easy it is to score 2 touchdowns in high school football, but so far Albemarle's been relatively dominant throughout this whole game. And if Monticello can't get something together on this drive, I think they might resort to more desperate plays and play calling.
I agree. I think if Monticello can't take over this drive, they will be backpedaling a little bit as they are down 14 points now with 7 minutes and 35 seconds left in our third quarter. I think if Albemarle's defense can control this drive, stop Monticello as soon as possible, that'll set them up for a great drive for their offense.
Yeah, and I like how the tackles so far in this game have been made by more of the defensive ends and defensive tackles and linebackers than the secondary. So far, the games I've seen from Albemarle, it's been the secondary making most of the tackles, and that really shouldn't be the case. I like how the defense has stepped up so far in this game.
I'm not sure if that timeout by Monticello was exactly necessary. They may really need that timeout later on in the game if Albemarle keeps up with their dominance.
Facts. Malachi Fields hands the ball off to his tailback, number 2, Christopher Carter. Buddy Wilson. It's a nice run for about 8 yards, I believe, so it might be 2nd and 2. Yes. Just again, another score update. Patriots are up 24-10, and the time is 7 minutes and about 5 seconds left to go in this quarter. Quarterback keeper, option to Buddy Wilson down the field. Nice pickup for Buddy Wilson and the Monticello Mustangs.
Incredible speed by Buddy Wilson. I believe speed is Monticello's biggest strength. They are so capable of picking up so many yards within such little time.
Yeah, Albemarle really needs to be careful. They have a lot of explosive players on their team that can make big plays down the stretch.
Yeah, Albemarle's defense really needs to take over.
Hand off to Buddy Wilson again. Nice pickup of about 8 or 9 yards, so it's going to be about 2nd and 2. Student section is seeming to get back into it a little bit.
Yeah, sounds like Monticello has a kettlebell, which I do not think is allowed, so I might have to deduct 10 points off the scoreboard for that.
Another handoff to Buddy Wilson. Seems like he may have gotten the first down. He will. That was the first down for Monticello.
Yeah, he's definitely secured that first down.
I can kind of feel it coming. I feel like Monticello is going to take a shot down near the red zone at some point.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see a big pass by Malachi Fields any play now.
We saw him throwing in practice, and he was throwing 40-yard passes with some ease. Malachi Fields, quarterback keeper, with a gaping
He
hole
will stay
running
with
down.
that ball.
Hurdles the defender down to the 15-yard line.
Incredible play by Malachi Fields.
That was a crazy hurdle. Almost got past Nolan Pitzenberger as well.
Great example of Malachi's speed and how quickly he can take the ball from point A to point B without being stopped by an Albemarle defender. Malachi Fields really is unpredictable. I never know if he will take the ball and run with it or if he'll pass it to a player like Buddy Wilson, but it does seem like he's had great chemistry with Buddy.
Yeah, Monticello's put together a pretty decent drive here. We've had at least 3 or 4 first downs here. See if Albemarle's defense can get off the field. Hand off to Buddy Wilson. Oh, fumble!
Oh, wow.
Albemarle seems to have recovered the football.
Incredible recovery by Albemarle football.
Great defensive stand against Monticello here. Right in the red zone, Monticello turns over the football to Albemarle.
A recovery like that can really change a game for either team.
Yeah, Monticello really did not need that right now. They're already down by 2 touchdowns.
I completely agree. I think something that's setting Monticello back too is the loss of 3 key players, 3 starters as well. Will Trent, Tony Frazier, and Chase Hummel. Having all 3 of those players out really has set the team back as far as speed.
Yeah, I totally agree. Actually, Monticello's roster is not that big, if you notice. They've been playing a lot of the same players on offense and defense. Actually, in fact, Malachi Fields is in this game right now playing linebacker.
Yeah, I don't recall Malachi coming out of the game yet. He may have had a couple breaks,
wow.
but...
Dangerous play by Ebenezer McCarthy. Sheds a tackle!
Oh my goodness,
Runs down
and he
the
will take
sideline.
it up the field.
Picks up about 15 yards on that carry. It was a very dangerous run.
I've seen great leadership, great speed, great dominance by Ebenezer McCarthy. He is doing a great job this game for such a for such a young player. He's doing such a great job.
Jake King, Malik Washington to his right. 2 receivers to his right as well. Rolls to his right. Sheds a tackle. Sheds 2 tackles. He's running down. Sheds another tackle.
He will stay with that ball throughout that play, but get taken down by Monticello defenders.
That was really great ball protection by Jake King.
Going back to that headset not working, it looks like Jake King has to go back after almost every play to consult with Coach BI.
Jake King in the pistol position with Makai Washington offset. Snaps the ball, hands it off to Makai Washington. Nice powerful run, still going. Nice run for about 6 yards there. Gets to about the Albemarle 30-yard line.
Although Albemarle's quarterback, Jake King, is on the smaller side, I think his size has helped him be quite shifty throughout plays, being able to sneak past some Monticello defenders and really pick up some yards with speed.
Yeah. Sometimes being smaller can come in handy.
Looks like Albemarle's really looking for a first down here as we are 3rd and 4 with 2 minutes and 56 seconds left in our third quarter.
Ball snapped, rolling to his right. Jake King
Struggling to
lets go
find
of
a
the ball.
receiver.
Caught
but
by Tucker Raymond for a Albemarle first down.
Just what the Patriots needed.
Great spatial and ball awareness by Tucker Raymond. That ball was, I believe, tipped, or Jake, I think, was falling to the ground while he was throwing it. It's a very dangerous throw. But Tucker Raymond recovered the ball. Nice play.
Spectacular last-minute, last-second play by Jake and Tucker Raymond there. Just what Albemarle needed, that first down.
Most important of all, it keeps Albemarle's defense off the field and keeps Monticello's defense on the field. And looks like they're getting a little bit tired here.
Looks like if they keep up with this steady drive, they can really work with the clock.
Jake King looking downfield, passes to Robert Jones for a nice gain. Still on his feet, and he's tackled at the 49-yard line of Monticello, moving into Monticello territory with 1 minute and 56 seconds remaining on the time clock.
With this 14-point lead by the Patriots, they are able to kind of take their time, slow the game down a little bit. Of course, they don't want to lose all their momentum or slow down the pace too much, but they are able to take their time, saving that energy for later on in the game when it may come to crunch time.
Jake King, shotgun position. Makai Washington to his right. Nolan Pitzenberger in motion. End around to Nolan Pitzenberger. Running down the sideline. And he's got the edge.
Nolan
and he
will
beats the defender. Touchdown, Patriots.
Incredible play by Nolan Pitzenberger. He'll take that ball right into the end zone.
Showed great speed and elusiveness through that entire play. Great blocks down the sideline for Albemarle. All around, fantastic play. And now Albemarle's up 30-10 with 1 minute and 17 seconds left on the time clock.
Incredible play by junior Nolan Pitzenberger. After that last turnover, Monticello definitely seemed to lose their momentum, lose their speed. They look a little tired, a little burnt out, which is a little strange for Monticello considering their usual fast, shifty pace of the game.
PAT is up, and it is good. Albemarle now leads 31-10.
With 1 minute and 17 seconds left in our third quarter.
Albemarle student section is really loving it here. They can feel their first win of the season coming.
Malachi, is there anything you'd like to see in particular from Monticello or Albemarle as we head into this fourth quarter in a little over a minute?
Well, clearly Monticello's down by 3 touchdowns. I think they need to start, well, like I said earlier, they need to start taking some shots downfield, obviously. I don't think they're running the football. I mean, although Buddy Wilson's had some great carries so far in this game, I don't think it's going to cut it right now. I think they need to start taking some shots deep and taking some risks with Malachi's arm and really exerting the athleticism of Malachi Fields and seeing what he can do. Right now, I'm looking at Malachi Fields, and he seems like he has a limp.
Yeah, I noticed that too. A little concerned about his condition. hopefully he's not pushing it too much.
I think the game is on this. The game is on the line on this drive right now for Monticello. I think they really need to put something together on this drive. There's a kickoff, fielded by number 11. Ran down the sideline. Keeps running down the sideline. Has some blockers.
Incredible play by Monticello's number
Incredible
11.
To the Albemarle 48. Fantastic run, taking the ball into Patriot territory. That's exactly what Monticello needed right now.
Yes, plays like that really need to continue throughout this last quarter for Monticello if they want to stay in this game. Great defense by Albemarle, although it was a little bit late considering how many yards Monticello just picked up, but still great defense.
Malachi Fields, shotgun position with Buddy Wilson to his left. One receiver is to his right, two receivers to his left. Snap. Option play. And the ball is recovered after being fumbled by Monticello. It seems like it's going to be a loss of about 12 yards on the play. That is not what Monticello needed right now.
No, that's also very strange for Monticello. I have been to a couple of their games this season and don't recall many fumbles, anything like that. Seems like they're a little bit off their game this evening. Could be because of the loss of those 3 players. Could be because Malachi seems a little hurt. Or they could just be burnt out, being down 21 points now.
I think now is the time for a shot. Malachi Fields taking that shot downfield. And he overthrows number 14, Jack Colbreth.
Yeah, great effort, great pass by Malachi, but just was not there, a little overthrown. Looks like Malachi will hold that ball for a little bit, but end up passing it to number 15.
Nice pass to get some of that yardage back. It looks like it's going to be around 4th down. Oh, excuse me. Is it? Yes, 4th down, and it looks like it's going to be 4th down and 7. This is a big play right now coming up for Monticello. I believe this could decide the game.
I completely agree. We are 9.3 seconds away from our 4th quarter of this game, and entering the 4th quarter, you need to be all in, ready to play.
Malachi Fields takes the snap. Jake Romback coming after him. Pass incomplete.
A little too low.
That will be a... I'm sorry.
You're fine.
That'll be
Go ahead.
That'll be a turnover on downs for Monticello, and Albemarle picks up the ball at around the 39-yard line, I think.
I hate to say it, but I do think Malachi is burnt out right now. Not only because he's been playing the entire game, but because he's at a loss of 3 of his starters. He's really counting on number 2, Buddy Wilson, right now, although it does not seem like he's in the game. He's also been keying in on number 15 as well as number 11 for the Mustangs.
I think what Albemarle needs to do here is just melt the clock. Obviously, there's only 3.1 seconds left in the quarter, but after this one play here, I think they just need to melt the clock, handing it off to Ebb or Malik Washington, and put this game away. Jay King snaps the ball, hands it off to Ebenezer McCarthy. Gets a nice run of about 5 yards. And that will end the 3rd quarter. Albemarle is up 31-10 on Monticello.
I love the rhythm and pace Albemarle is using in this game since the score is in their favor right now. They've been able to slow it down just a little bit, just take their time, making sure their plays are quick, concise and all put together. I love the energy coming from Ebenezer McCarthy, Jake King, and
Albemarle student section is loving it. They're lighting it up, literally. Have their phones, flashlights out, waving it. I love the energy coming from Albemarle tonight. Really great support. At first, it looked like Albemarle wasn't going to have a whole lot of support here tonight. But
looks like we had a quick visit from the Albemarle golf team. They just won the region championship, and they are headed off to states.
Also, a quick score update. Madison County is down big to Clark, 43-6 at the half.
Going back to what I was saying earlier, I just love the energy. Jake King, Ebenezer McCarthy, and Makai Washington have had tonight together. Looks like Eb will take that ball up to gain some yards for the Patriots. And Albemarle will pick up a first down.
Also, another score update. Louisa is leading Orange 21-7.
A big game this season will be the Albemarle-Louisa game, as it is every year, because of Louisa's dominance and just their overall play of the game. It's just spectacular.
Quan Sims direct snap. Running pass.
Wow.
Shedding a tackle, and he is going to score a touchdown.
Touchdown, Albemarle. What a great play for number 3, Aquan Sims.
Great run overall. And this is Aquan's first game of the season back. He's dealt with a hamstring injury, I believe, and he has really made his presence felt tonight.
Yeah, Aquan may have been one of the players Albemarle was missing throughout the beginning of their season. What a great play.
I know Albemarle's been buzzing around Aquan. Everyone's been asking, when's Aquan coming back? I always hear that in the hall sometimes. And he's back.
He's back.
PAT's up, and it is good. Albemarle leads Monticello 38-10 with 11 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
I think that touchdown may have set Monticello over the edge just a little bit, as Albemarle leads by 28 points right now. Monticello may be completely burnt out.
You know, I really appreciate Albemarle's student section commitment tonight. A lot of times around halftime, the student section, maybe half the student section will go to cookout or something. So far, it looks like a lot of them have stayed through this game, supporting their Patriots through their potentially their first one of the season. They're about 11 minutes and 26 seconds away from their first one of the season.
A full student section is something I love to see. I think it really, really helps the overall atmosphere of the game, even when the team is losing or winning. No matter the outcome, the fans really do help push the players and just help motivate them to keep playing.
Yusuf tees up ball for kickoff. And here we go. Ball is kicked. And it is fielded by number 11. And he's going to be taken down at about the 22-yard line. This is do or die time for Monticello. What do you think, Delaney?
I agree. I think do or die time may even be an understatement for them. My biggest concern right now is Malachi Fields. He still seems to be suffering from a limp with his, looks to be his right leg. With all the players Monticello has out right now, they do not need Malachi Fields out. He is their star player, and there's no doubt about it.
Malachi Fields hands the ball off to Buddy Wilson for a pickup of about maybe 1 yard. I think a big thing for Albemarle tonight was that they got a lot of senior starters back for the season. Jake Ronback came back. Quan Sims came back. Mekhi Washington came back. I think it's the leadership that has propelled Albemarle to their first win of the season, I believe.
I agree. Having those players back and having them back completely healed is exactly what Albemarle needs for this game and for the rest of the season. Unfortunately, Monticello seems to be kind of taking a couple steps back with their injured players. With some of those senior stars out these past couple games, I think the leadership has really fallen back on some of the sophomores and juniors of the team, including Jake King, Nolan Pitzenberger, and Ebenezer McCarthy. I think those three players have really stepped up this season, especially this game with all the plays they've been making, and I think it's really helped the team.
Malachi Fields, shotgun position, takes a snap, throws it short to number 24, Kobe Henry.
Another one of Malachi Fields is shorter passes. Although those are great, they are solid, I don't think that's what the team needs right now. I think they need a long pass, if available, to really take them to their end zone.
Malachi Fields takes a snap, pass to Philip Estes, number 21 of Monticello, picks up a first down. And he also gets out of bounds, so that stops the clock. I know the game is all but over pretty much, but if Monticello's looking to score on this drive, I think doing what that pass just did, picking up a decent amount of yardage and also getting out of bounds is really what Monticello needs right now.
I agree.
Monticello really in no hurry to get this play off. Snap taken by Malachi Fields. Jake Ronback coming after him. Malachi Fields just takes that out of bounds.
Yeah, it looked like Malachi was trying to key in on a receiver, trying to keep all eyes open, but unfortunately everyone was covered by great Albemarle defense.
Yeah, the secondary from Albemarle has really performed well tonight. They've covered pretty well. I've noticed that they've been playing a lot of zone, I believe, with Nolan Pitzenberger and Robert Jones playing some softer coverage. They've really held Monticello's elite receivers to minimal yardage tonight.
Looks like there'll be an incomplete pass by the Mustangs. I do think that zone defense for Albemarle is really what's helping them out. I do think they've been, like you said, playing some softer defense throughout this last quarter of the game. Hoping to keep all injuries aside, making sure everyone is safe. And we have 10 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in our fourth quarter. And both student sections are still packed. Some great energy over by Albemarle student section, swinging that A-Town flag back and forth with all the A-Town pride.
Malachi Fields takes a snap, hands it off to Buddy. Gets minimal yardage, maybe 2 or 3 yards on this carry. Second down coming up for Monticello.
Looks like Robert Jones will head off the field.
Malachi Fields takes a snap, rolling to his right. He's under pressure by Nolan Pitzenberger. Sheds a tackle. Throws it, right through the hands of Philip Estes. That was a pretty decent throw. Oh, and a flag comes out. It might be a late hit on Albemarle. We'll see.
Monticello seems to be getting pretty far into some Almirall territory.
Malachi Fields lines up, 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Throws it to number 15 down the
Great
sideline.
pass. Great pass by Malachi Fields.
Great pass. Nice sense of urgency. Pass from Malachi Fields to Jason Armstrong.
Yeah, and that seems to be one of Malachi's longer passes of the game, which is exactly what they need right now. Although this drive has definitely been slow for Monticello, they are getting the job done as they are far into Almirall territory, like I mentioned earlier. Looks like some good communication there between Malachi and Buddy.
Direct snap to Malachi Fields. Picks up about 2 yards. Malachi Fields really does seem to be... He has a limp. It's very obvious he has a limp.
Yeah, I'm very, very surprised the coaches have not taken action on that, taking him out of the game,
Yeah.
considering they need him for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and this game is all but over pretty much.
Yeah.
His runs seem to be less energetic by the minute.
Yeah, he has definitely lost his momentum. I think it would be beneficial to take him out of the game now, if possible, just because Monticello does want him in their future, and you never know with any play what could go wrong.
Yeah. I think for sure after this drive they should take him out. Malachi Fields takes a snap, rolling to his right. This pump fakes. Runs down the sideline.
Wow, great
That was a
play
great
by
run.
Malachi. Really using that speed to his advantage as he took that ball right down the side.
Takes it to about the 3-yard line of Albemarle.
Definitely not his fastest play, but he did have some speed there.
For sure. I really respect the Monticello student section for hanging in there and staying throughout this game. Malachi Fields takes the snap, direct snap, and he plows in for a touchdown. Touchdown, Monticello.
Touchdown,
Mustangs.
Monticello. Although that was a slow drive, that was an incredible effort by Malachi Fields as he led his team to another touchdown.
Score is now Patriots 38, Monticello 16 with 8 minutes and 3 seconds remaining on the game.
Not to speak too soon, but with 8 minutes and 3 seconds left in this game, I do believe Almirall has secured their first win of the season, hopefully not their last, as they are up 38-16.
Monticello gets ready for this extra point here. Tees it up, it is up, and it is good. Score is now Patriots 38, Monticello Mustangs 17.
Although we do not know the extent of number 7, Chase Hummel's injuries, he is on the sideline with a crutch and some ice. Excuse me, no more ice, but still a crutch. Hopefully the Mustangs will have him back for next week's game.
Did you say Chase Hummel is a track star?
I believe he does run track. I know Will Trent is definitely one of Monticello's track stars, as he won the state championship for the 400 meter last spring. And I believe Philip, Malachi, Chase, and Tony are on the team as well. Setting the sadness of injuries aside, the weather is beautiful tonight. It is so
it is
nice
really
out.
nice.
It's finally starting to feel like fall. The nice
Yeah.
little breeze definitely cools off the air.
It's also not too cold. I think it's like maybe around 60 degrees. It's perfect football weather. I'm glad football season's back.
Me too. Football is definitely one of my favorites.
I really love what Albemarle's done here tonight. They've played nice smash mouth football. They've really ran it at the defense tonight. Offensive line making some great tackles. Tucker Raymond having a great game in terms of blocking. Overall team morale's been great. And there's the kickoff from Monticello. And it looks like it's going to be a touchback. So Patriots will set up shop at the 20-yard line. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, and the defense has also played great. They've had some nice pressures on Malachi Fields, really reducing his efficiency tonight. He's had some nice runs, but his passing game has not been as efficient as I think he'd like.
Monticello will keep Malachi Fields on the sideline for this play. I think that's the best call from their coach, keeping him out, making sure he is okay and healthy for the rest of the season is definitely something they need.
Jake King takes the snap and hands it off to Mackay Washington for a gain of about 3 yards. So Patriots 2nd and 7. J. King takes the snap, hands it off to Mackay Washington. Gets a nice gain of about 4 yards maybe. And it's going to be 3rd and 3. It's a bye week.
And looking into the future, it looks like Albemarle will have a bye week next week, which will definitely be beneficial for them, being able to rest and recuperate as well as work hard for their next game.
J. King hands the ball off to Mackay Washington, who breaks out and
he will take it down the field.
Gets to the 40-yard line of the Monticello Mustangs. Great run, very physical, breaks a couple tackles, and overall very powerful run from Mackay Washington.
And needless to say, with that run, Albemarle is back at the first down.
6:15 and counting. Albemarle is up 38-17. I don't know why the play clock says 16. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, and looks like ball is on the 40-yard line right now.
J. King looking at the sideline for some direction. Seems slightly confused.
Yeah, having that headset broken, as far as we know, is definitely a setback for Jake King, but he has been able to overcome that setback and has not let it affect him at all.
Yep. Jake King takes the snap and hands it off to number 22 of Albemarle. I believe Albemarle has inserted Deshaun Van Cruz into this game. Quan Sims now enters the game. Tucker Roman in his backfield. Quan Sims
Taking
runs
over as
to the
quarterback.
left and picks up about 8 yards on the carry. So it's going to be about an Albemarle third down with about 2 yards to go. Make that an Albemarle first down. I'm sorry. First and 10 for Albemarle with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left going on the clock. Albemarle really just needs to run this clock out and send everybody home happy, at least for the Patriots. Quan Sims takes a high snap, direct pass, runs it out, breaking a couple tackles, running down the sideline.
Wow.
He's pushed out of bounds at around the 7-yard line.
Amazing play by number 3 of Quan Sims. Picking up yards like that with that speed is just exactly what Albemarle needs throughout, not just this game, but throughout the whole season. Being able to pick up those yards is exactly what the team has been missing these past couple games.
Yeah. It looks like Albemarle's starting to put in some of their backups, their second string and third string players. I think that's a good idea right now. This game is pretty much all but over. Being up by 3 touchdowns and being in the red zone right now.
Yeah. I think Albemarle's offense and defense, combination of both, have really been what would have taken over this game. I don't think it was just one or the other. I think it was definitely the combination of both.
Quan Sims takes the snap.
Looks like there's a flag on that play.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a false start on Albemarle.
I agree. I believe that's the call.
Quan Sims, number 14 in the backfield. 2 receivers to his left, 1 receiver to his right. We got the sideline for some direction here. Takes a snap. Another run by Quan Sims, but it looks like he's going to lose some yardage on this play. Loss of about 5 or 6 yards on this play.
I know Quan was in a tough situation during that play with Monticello's defense, but one thing I wasn't too keen on was him running towards the sideline instead of towards the end zone.
Yeah. You don't really want to stop the clock in this situation. You really want to let it melt here.
Yeah.
We have 3 minutes and about 30 seconds left to go in this game.
Although Albemarle is up 38-16 with 3 minutes and 16 seconds left during this fourth quarter, they definitely want to keep the clock running.
Robert Jones taking a direct snap down the sideline. He seems to get some of this yardage back, but it is going to be third and about 9 yards to go. I think if you're Albemarle, you just run the football pretty much. Is that Luke Barnes in the game?
I think so. Malachi, who do you think was Albemarle's star player tonight? Or do you think anyone in particular kind of turned the game around?
I think, honestly, I was kind of thinking of this question earlier to ask you, but touchdown Patriots. Robert Jones takes a direct snap and scores.
Amazing play by number 5, Robert Jones. Exactly what the Patriots like to see.
Yeah, so I had like a couple players in mind, but I think it's like overall like a great team effort. Like I think there were like maybe 6 play. Can I name all 6 players?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think one player in particular
Yeah.
turned the game around or
Yeah,
carried the team. I think it was definitely a team effort.
Yeah, I think Robert Jones definitely had a great game. I think he at least had over 100 yards receiving. Mekhi Washington, Ebenezer McCarthy both had fantastic runs. Jake Rombach got great pressure on Malachi Fields, really limiting what he could do tonight. Jake King had some nice throws, nice reads.
Another standout to me was Ebenezer McCarthy.
Yeah.
Just all his efforts and great communication with Jake King really stood out to me.
Yeah.
I hope to see this team again at their next game. Just a great overall effort. Looks like we have 2 minutes and 26 seconds left in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, I believe after this bye week, next week it's the homecoming game. I think we play Fluvanna, I believe. I think that's another winnable game. So I believe Albemarle can go 2-0 in the next week, I believe, after this win. I don't really know Albemarle's remaining schedule, but picking up a nice win here for sure, definitely. Yeah. I think this could really give Albemarle some nice momentum going into the latter half of their season.
We'd like to give a shout out to our producer, Maggie LaRue, our commentators, myself, Delaney White, and Malachi Keys, as well as our camera operators, Nyquil Perry, CJ Dwyer, and Camden Reed. Also, big shout out to Mr. P for all his help tonight with making this live stream so easy and effortless.
Kickoff is fielded by number 11, and it is muffled for about the 4th time in this game by Monticello. And he stumbles and is down at around the Monticello 27-yard line. Yeah.
Albemarle's student section is still packed, just like it was during our first quarter. Does look like Monticello's student section has filtered out just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I loved the turnout from all Albemarle students.
Wow. Big decision here from Monticello, keeping Malachi Fields in this game. I don't really agree with this decision.
I don't either. I think Monticello needs to hire me as their head football coach because I would not make that decision. I would take Malachi out.
And his limp seems to be getting more and more obvious. And he took a hit
Wow.
He took a hit there by Malachi Hicks.
Wow. I think one turning point, maybe even the biggest turning point of this game, was the turnovers, the interceptions, the fumbles. I think those had a huge impact on both Albemarle and Monticello's plays.
For sure. Malachi Fields hands the ball off to number 11. And after a nice pickup, he is down at around the 40-yard line of Monticello. I'm sorry, I keep saying number 11. I'm not sure who it is.
Malachi is making me a little uneasy just with this limp and the coach's decision to keep playing him.
Nice handoff to number 11 for a gain of about 5 yards there. Malachi Fields, he seems... I mean, of course you see the limp, obviously. I think as long as you don't have him personally running the football, I think it's fine. If you keep handing off the ball, I think it's okay. I mean, there's always the risk of further injury, but if he keeps handing the ball off, I think it'll be fine.
I completely agree.
It's an Albemarle fumble, or no, it's a Monticello fumble recovered by Albemarle. Ball recovered by Albemarle. Albemarle will take this game.
They will take this game over. This is Albemarle's game. We have 1 minute and 22 seconds left. But I think that play just did it.
Yeah. Great great amount of turnovers this Albemarle defense has produced tonight. They recovered 2 fumbles and an interception.
Yeah, a lot of action throughout this entire game, offensively and defensively, as well as the scoreboard. We are at Albemarle with 45 points and Monticello with 16.
What would you like to see from Monticello, like, moving forward?
Moving forward, I think Monticello did a great job offensively and defensively. I think what really set them back was missing some of those starters, and the absence of those starters who also played throughout almost the entire game is their biggest setback right now. And unfortunately, in order to get them back, it just takes time for them to heal.
Yeah.
I didn't see any red flags as far as their offense or defense. I really just think it's the absence of the players.
Patriots and Jake King in victory formation here already took 1 knee, just letting all the time on the clock run off here. Got about 40 seconds left remaining in this game. Take 1 more knee and we will call it a night. And he takes it.
There we go.
And Albemarle will take this game. Patriots 45, Monticello Mustangs 16. What are some big takeaways you think from this game, Delaney?
Yeah, big takeaways. In my opinion, Albemarle's chemistry this game was really great. I think part of that chemistry was having those senior superstars back, like Malik. I'm scared. I'm sorry. Having Jake. Mackay. Jake and Mackay back in the game, as well as Aquan, really added to this win. I think the Patriots might have been missing those players throughout the season, and that's what was creating the losses. Having those players back in combination of Ebenezer McCarthy, Jake King, and Robert Jones really makes the team unstoppable.
Yeah. What do you think Monticello could work on for next week?
I love what Malachi can do. I think he has the potential to do so many things. I'd like to see bigger plays. I'd like to see bigger passes, bigger plays in general. I think he's definitely capable of it. Maybe just putting those plays more into action throughout the games could definitely help. What do you think?
Yeah, same. I think taking more shots downfield, pretty much. I think I said that like maybe 3 times so far. I loved how much like the student section of Monticello was still like in the game. I think it's very obvious that they had great support here tonight. I'd like to see better offensive line play. Honestly, I saw Jake Ronbach and Malachi Hicks get some hits and some pressures on Malachi Fields. So overall, I think the score doesn't really show it, but I think that Monticello played a relatively decent game here tonight.
I think so too.
And
and it looks like our final score is going to be Albemarle 45, Monticello 16. Thank you to all of our viewers that tuned in to watch the Albemarle Patriots take on the Monticello Mustangs. Have a great rest of your night.
Good night, Albemarle.